And then the last story I have is that Lauren, you probably heard of this story. Lauren Hill, the
Yes.
college basketball player, 19-year-old who had inoperable brain cancer. There was a memorial. She died a few days ago. There's a memorial service held for her yesterday, in which a lot of people attended it at Xavier University's gym. She attended Mount St. Joseph's. She played in 4 games, made 5 baskets. She was buried today, and it's a sad story, but I think it's also one of those sports stories that truly transcends so much more than just the game itself, and I think you've probably heard just a lot about it. And
Yeah, courageous young lady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, terribly courageous.
Those stories over the past year, her story, and the daughter of the Bengals offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Philadelphia.
Still, are you talking about Stills?
Yeah,
the one that has cancer?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it's Philadelphia, isn't it?
Cincinnati. Yeah.
I get those two confused.
Kenny Stills? Is it Kenny Stills?
Those 2 stories have really, I think, moved a lot of people, millions of people in this country, and that sort of reminds you that there's more than just the games that are played.
Yeah, to take that a step further, what it really reminds you of is not only does sports, when there are good things happening, bring a community together, but when not so good things are happening in sports, those things bring us together as well.
Yeah, and they had her casket actually underneath the basket
Yeah.
where she first scored her first basket and everything. So again, a sad story, but clearly moving, and so moving the fact that lots of big people. Mark Emmert made a statement and everything about it as well.
You brought a story to us last week about the Broncos exhibition season, and I got to thinking last night, I'm waiting for the regular season. That's the one that means something to me, and that's going to come out before the draft, and the draft is 14, 16, 15 days away now, so I'm expecting that any day, and so if you hear it at some point, because I'm curious, and I sent him a message, and I want you to think about this too, is we know what the teams are, and who
We know who they're playing and where.
Yeah. I want for people to look at the schedule and think about when you'd want to play those teams. What time of the year? I hate for the Broncos to go to Kansas City in December, and that happens almost every year. I mean, it's happened like 40 times in both teams' history. So at some point, I don't know whether we can do it today, but when you're sitting over there doing your trending, look at the schedule. I'd say that to everybody out there and see when you'd like to have Tom Brady here. Would you like for it to be a night game? Would you like for it to be like Halloween or something like that?
All right, so that's what's been trending in the Denver Post newsroom. No, we'll do that. We will do that.
I spend a lot of my life doing that.
You do. You need a life. You really do. He's Dan Petty. He's the digital director of sports for the Denver Post, and that was what's trending now. And where can they find you and what's trending throughout the rest of the day?
You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Denver Sports, at DPost Sports on Twitter. You can download our sports app for iOS and Android. Just search Denver Post Sports in the appropriate app store.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dan. Dan Petty.